Country music legend Alan Jackson has officially announced what will be his final full-length concert, marking the end of an era for one of country's most beloved voices. The show, titled Last Call, One More for the Road, the finale, is set to take place on June 27, 2026, at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. For Jackson, who has spent decades defining the sound of traditional country music, this last performance will serve as both a farewell and a celebration of a remarkable career, one deeply intertwined with the heart and soul of Nashville itself. This poignant announcement comes as Jackson continues his courageous battle with Charcot Marie Tooth disease, CMT, a hereditary neurological disorder that affects the nerves and muscles, gradually weakening mobility and coordination. Though the disease is not life-threatening, it is progressive, and it has increasingly impacted Jackson's ability to perform on stage. Yet, true to his quiet strength and humility, the country superstar is choosing to go out on his own terms, with one last show for the fans who've been with him since the beginning. A final bow in Music City. After more than 4 decades of chart-topping hits, sold-out tours, and countless awards, Alan Jackson's decision to retire from touring feels both emotional and inevitable. His farewell concert, fittingly taking place in Nashville, the beating heart of country music, will be his way of saying, thank you, to the fans and to the city that made his dreams come true. Jackson shared in a heartfelt statement that this final performance is about closure, gratitude, and legacy. It's been a long, wonderful ride, he said. I've seen things I never imagined, met people who've changed my life, and sung songs that mean the world to me. But there comes a time when a man needs to take a step back and cherish what he's built. And there's no better place to do that than in Nashville, the place that gave me everything. The Last Call, the finale show is expected to feature an all-star lineup of guest performers, a who's who of modern and classic country artists influenced by Jackson's music. The night will celebrate his timeless hits such as Chattahoochee, Remember When, Don't Rock the Jukebox, It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere, and the deeply emotional post-9/11 ballad, Where Were You When the World Stopped Turning? Industry insiders have already described the show as a love letter to country music, complete with special tributes and collaborations that will honor Jackson's incredible influence on generations of artists. Living with Charcot Marie Tooth disease. Alan Jackson first revealed his diagnosis with Charcot Marie Tooth disease in 2021, though he had been living with the condition for years. CMT is a genetic neurological disorder that causes progressive muscle weakness, balance issues, and coordination difficulties. It affects the peripheral nerves, those outside the brain and spinal cord, and over time, can make standing and walking increasingly difficult. Jackson shared that the disease runs in his family, his father also suffered from it. I've had it for years, and it's getting more noticeable, he admitted during an interview. It's genetic, I got it from my daddy, and there's no cure, but it's something you just learn to live with. Despite the challenges, Jackson has continued to perform with remarkable resilience. Fans who attended his Last Call tour dates in 2023-2025 witnessed a performer determined to stay connected with his audience, even as his body struggled to keep up with his passion. I don't want people to think I'm drunk on stage, Jackson once said, referring to his occasional unsteady movements. It's just this disease that affects my balance. But it hasn't taken away my voice or my heart, and that's what matters. A legacy etched in country history. Since his debut album Here in the Real World in 1990, Alan Jackson has been a beacon of authenticity in a genre that's often shifted with the times. While trends came and went, Jackson remained loyal to his roots, the honky-tonk rhythms, steel guitars, and heartfelt storytelling that defined traditional country. He's sold over 75 million records worldwide, earned 2 Grammy Awards, 16 CMA Awards, and 17 ACM Awards, and was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 2017. But beyond the accolades, Jackson's legacy lies in the sincerity of his songs. His lyrics spoke to everyday life, love, loss, faith, and small-town pride, capturing emotions that millions could relate to. His music became the soundtrack to countless lives, from backyard barbecues to wedding dances to moments of national mourning. Few artists have managed to balance commercial success with artistic honesty quite like Alan Jackson. The emotional decision to retire. Jackson's health struggles have clearly played a significant role in his decision to retire from touring, but those close to him say it's also about reflection and family. After decades on the road, the 66-year-old singer wants to spend more time with his wife, Denise, and their 3 daughters, Maddie, Allie, and Donnie Grace. Touring takes a lot out of you, Jackson once confessed. And when you've got something like CMT, it's even harder. I love the fans, I love the music, but I also love my family. I want to be around to watch my girls grow, to be part of their lives in ways I couldn't always be while touring. The announcement of his final show wasn't met with sadness alone, many fans expressed admiration for his bravery and grace. Social media flooded with tributes, memories, and emotional messages thanking Jackson for being the voice of their lives for so many years. What to expect from the finale? While the exact details remain under wraps, Jackson's final concert is expected to be a night of pure nostalgia and emotion. Rumors suggest several major country artists, from Luke Bryan and Carrie Underwood to Eric Church and Miranda Lambert, will take the stage to honor the legend. The show will likely feature Jackson performing some of his biggest hits, interspersed with personal stories and heartfelt moments. Longtime collaborators and friends may share anecdotes from his decades-long career, while rare footage from his early years could play as part of the tribute. Jackson is also reportedly ensuring that part of the concert's proceeds will go towards CMT disease research, turning his farewell into a meaningful act of advocacy for others battling the same condition. A farewell that feels like home. For fans, Alan Jackson's final concert won't just be an ending, it will be a celebration of everything he's given to the world of music. He's not just a country singer, he's a storyteller, a poet of the American South, and a humble man who always stayed true to his roots. In a genre increasingly defined by trends and crossover pop influences, Jackson stood firm as a reminder of what country music truly means: honesty, simplicity, and heart. His voice, warm, soulful, and unmistakably Southern, carried the weight of stories that made people laugh, cry, and reflect. From the carefree joy of Chattahoochee to the soul-stirring emotion of Remember When, Alan Jackson's catalog feels like a chronicle of American life. As he prepares to take his final bow, fans know that while the lights may dim on stage, his songs will never fade. They'll live on, in jukeboxes, radios, and the hearts of millions who grew up on his music. It's been a hell of a ride. Alan Jackson's farewell may be bittersweet, but it's also inspiring. He's choosing to close his touring chapter with dignity, gratitude, and love, not sorrow. His final words about his journey capture it best. I've had a blessed life. I've done more than I ever dreamed. And I'm thankful for every fan who came along for the ride. This isn't goodbye, it's just the last call. So let's make it one to remember. And with that, the man who helped define an era of country music will step off the stage, not as a fading star, but as a living legend whose light will forever shine in the heart of Nashville and beyond.